should have filled up on coffee first. Excuse me. That's left over from earlier tonight. Well, nobody was on until I decided, okay, I'll go on because nobody's on. And then we got Hi-Ho and the Cone have jumped on. Well, the Cone's playing guitar. I think I'll let him keep playing. Look, I'm just going through pennies here. Okay, there's the chat. I've screwed up the screen already here. All right, nobody's watching. That's okay. That's all right. We're just going to look at some pennies here and find the scope. I need to reconfigure this as well. There we go. Good enough. All right. I was going through some of these earlier. Mantle was on. I had a little nap there. There we go. Found a couple things. Nothing great or outstanding or awesome or anything that would make me want to say, ooh. But there was a couple of buys, a couple of woodies. I got them in a stack over here. Yeah, I'll get to those later. I decided it was time. Let's try to, show people why not to clean coins. What happens when you clean coins? Ooh, I don't want them in that pile. And I've been threatening to get a bunch of different cleaning products around. Don't see nothing there. And show the results of the cleaning. Ooh, that's screwed up. Let's get this out of here. Man, there's so much junk on my desk. It don't make sense. Really, if you want to see what if you want to be able to identify a cleaned coin, well, go ahead and clean one, right? Pick one from, say, the 60s or something. No, that's squished. Nothing on that one. And give it a good scrub-a-dub-dub. And you'll be able to tell the difference between a clean coin and unclean coin. They're going to be dull. All right, we're going to go in. Let's go deep here. Get the focus right. I got a 46S, no 44S. This sure is a weak looking S. What's going on? I got some damage there at 4 o'clock. I want to get more attention. Anything else going on here? Kind of squished in places here, kind of flattened out. There we go. You see the damage here? Yeah, you got something wrong with your coin. Look around that same area. Check the whole coin. People often focus on one aspect and say, what's wrong with my mint mark? Well, you got scratches up here. You got smashes down there. That's a damaged coin. Yeah, there you go. That's the end of that one. Morning, Ken, says Rivendell. How are you today? I'm still going through that same sack of pennies because, man, there's 5,000 coming tomorrow, maybe the next day. And oh man, somebody found a 1931S in the wheats from the last batch that these came out of. So I'm going to check these out. I think we'll get to it. How's that look? Good and round on the dots, and make it happen. One person. Where's everybody tonight? They're working. All those poor people working for a living. They ain't got time for coins. What a darn shame. Really, I feel for you. I feel for all of them. Yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to retire. I said I was going to retire. Oh, that's gone. Oh, shucks. I said I was going to retire when I was 50. And, well, next month will be a year because I worked for a fellow buddy of mine. His friend had opened a restaurant, and I needed some help on opening day. So I went down there for a day. That's the last day I worked for the man, or any man, or anybody. I really didn't do much last year for punching the clock. What do you got here? Let's look at the color. No, it looks pretty normal. This bit right there beside the C could be a struck-through error, but once they go into circulation and get passed around a little bit, it's almost impossible to tell. It's not very big anyway. Let's skip that one. Yeah, struck-throughs, you can best tell them on the new coins. Good for you. Oh, it's fun. I'm broke. I mean, there's been plenty of times I'm eating pancakes and beans But geez, there's a whole lot of freedom to it. You get a positive mental attitude when you get rid of the alarm clock. Well, I do set it from time to time so I can take a nap before the big show. What you got here? Squished on the 9. Look at the eyeball. I look at the letters in trust, the eyeball, the ear if it's in good shape. Look at Liberty. I'm looking for buy errors. And we're going to give this more look. And check the date, of course. I'm going to give that more look. Here, okay, you see that swoop on the back of the E? That gets my attention. Now, the bottom is a little bit compressed. You can see that. I was thinking about leaving teaching. 23 years in the profession is a long time. I worked for a contractor for, 15 years. It's a long time. I saved my pennies, paid for the house. Truck's paid off. I've got no debt. It's a chance to do what I want to do. Well, I opened a diner of my own. Well, I lost a couple of grand, but I was able to get out of it. And right there in the bottom, you see a little compaction. I got no swoop on the back of the R. It seems like a swoop on the back of the E. Okay, when I see that swoop, I want to check out everything else. What's going on the bottom of these letters? Okay, I'm going to have to save that out and give it further inspection later. I think it might be roller marks, to say the truth. I don't see, I got these extra lines here on the bottom of the D and the bottom of the O. But I don't see anything on the inside of the O and D up at the top, just at the bottom. But we'll put that in the picks pile. There you go. Well, I've been working for the man for a long time. Half my life I've been self-employed anyway. Ooh, what is this? Chud. Remember that movie? I see that curvature. It didn't show up on the R right next to it, but it's also the R is closer into the center. So if it's a radial issue, that's gone. I'll give that further look. Okay, it seems to be in pretty good shape, but this has been, what, sandblasted? That's a roadway coin. That's been trashed. That's marks all over the thing. That's done. All right, 56. 66 to look at the mint mark. Well, I decided I don't want to do any more heavy lifting because my back doesn't want to do it. And got the diner, and that was a lot of fun, really. But my food will compete with anybody in town. But I can't compete if half the money walks away in the credit cards. And that's another story. Yeah, we set it up fast. All the credit card money went to my partner's account. Well, we were starting to make it, that's the thing. But where's the money? Oh, I don't have it. Okay, I'll see you later. I got out of there. Haven't been back since. Oh, those are scratches up there. Well, you know, coins is kind of neat. It's all dependent on the person. It's you know, it's a one-man show over here. Geez, if you get some help, it sure is nice. Imagine those folks, a husband and wife combo, have a tremendous advantage. This looks like it has been laundered. Okay, you remember the coins I was showing earlier? They're in the change bucket here. How the color is altered, kind of pinkish, bright. It's not as glossy as normal. This looks like it has been run through the wash. Let's see if we can see that over here. I mean, you put your coins go in your pocket. Your pockets go in the laundry. We're not going to see anything there. And it's the detergents will do this to a coin, kind of brighten it up some. Well, maybe it wasn't intentionally cleaned, but that's altered. That's got it. So I stay home. I do my thing. And I get ahead a little bit more each month. That's nice. Jeez, I'm not falling behind. So, I do this for another year, and I might be at a point where I can just kind of change my ways. I wouldn't mind going north for the summer. That's kind of neat. My father retired. He was 55, 56. He just did his thing. Usually that involved fishing rods. No, that's squished on the inside of that B. 44D. The 40s, the late 40s are quiet years. Maybe you can find something in the back. Now, I got two sisters that live up north. One's south of Boston, one's back in Maine. Oh yeah, born and raised in Bangor. Coin Dragon's here. We're just looking at pennies and talking. Just getting ready to hit it. Hit it. Hit the pennies. Hit the sack. Hit the hay. Hit the neighbor. There you go. Well, I thought about it this year, but I wasn't quite ready, and didn't have the cash. Okay, we'll get ahead a little bit further, and then we'll make the leap. Okay, we'll get some luster on this one. But I wouldn't mind going north for the summer. It'd be a lot of fun. My sister says, "Oh, you can stay here. All my windows need to be replaced." You gonna put me to work? What? Well, it'd be fun to visit. Last time I took a vacation, I went to, did the same thing, visit both the sisters. Took a couple of weeks. Before that, when I visited them, I quit the job for like the umpteenth time. I mean, every 6 months I'd quit that job. I quit. Boss, I'm going north. That's all I said. I said, I got the flu. And a couple of days later, I said, I'm going north. And I come back, 2.5 months later. Where you been? Told you I was going north. 24 U-Haul should do it. Well, yeah, I'd have to have, a couple of these folding tables. Have to, right? The stuff that I don't take, bury it, lock it up in the barn, take it to my brother's house. What? Do I haul all this stuff? Because, dude, there's a lot of stuff here. I mean, if I'm not here, they just, take their time and cut the studs out of the walls and out of the floors and, get the safe out. You can't see the road. I mean, just make yourself a home for a week and do the work and just haul it away that way. What is going on? This looks to be a lamination here. All right, we'll hold on to that. Okay, so really I'd need to reduce my holdings to make it really viable. What's going on here? Neat crack lamb. That's a crack lamb. Here, the top of the 9 on the left looks like compression, which has shrunk the 9. We got a flat 5. Yeah, that's just beat up as well. Not too badly beat up. All right, so load up the truck and move to Beverly, right? You go up for the summer, have a great time. Take everything you need, right? Now, a lot of stuff I can get when I'm there. Mailers, take a couple of dozen, get me by until I get mailers, right? The printer, I'd have to take the printer, the computer, maybe the other screen, the cameras, that table, lots of stuff, all, plenty of coins, several pallets of coins. What do you do? No, that's just messed up there. But I need a table. Now, the boys are moved out, right? I think, well, one of them has. And she's looking at a different house anyway. Oh, good. I don't have to fix the windows if she moves. And that'll be neat. She's got an apartment, and one of the boys wants to rent the apartment. Well, great. That'll be fun. But I still need a space to do this. And I guess this other house is a lot bigger. It looks almost like D over S. I totally missed it. What was it? I'm not going to find it again. Well, if you win the big show, look for it. It's gone. Where are you here? 54. Nothing going on. So then you get the issue, you got to unload everything, reload everything, drive 1,600 miles. That's not bad shape, really. Oh, 54, that's why. Then I gotta have space. So I gotta set everything up again, break it down. As soon as you feel that first bit of cool air in the back of your neck. Oh, time to go south. I'll see you later. Well, geez, doesn't it make sense, just to go mobile? But you can do that with this sort of an enterprise, right? Tell them how great Florida is in the summer. You can swap homes for a few months. That's right. Yep. Hopefully, she'll do the dishes in the meantime. 1941. Let's look at the T in trust. Nothing. It's not much on the T in trust. What is that, a hair? Piece of lint. Well, geez, if you broke everything down, right, and drove it all the way up there and set it back up, and did it a few months later, well, the weather's nice. Plus, you take a day and go to the beach or something. Of course, the beach up there is just a bunch of rocks. There's sand beach, and that's just crushed seashells and broken granite. That's the beach. They call it sand beach. Yeah, corner. And Old Orchard. That's a 3-hour drive south, or it seems like 3 hours. Okay, got a die chip in the 5, die chip in the 9. Nothing in the Liberty. But I'm going to keep it because I keep all these die chips. 57, I got a sack of 57 and 57D die chips back here now. They just go on and on. Okay, he's a little contused. Poor fella. Well, what if I went all the way mobile? OOB, out of breath. Good luck finding a parking spot there in the height of summer. Old Orchard? Yeah. Well, be a day trip. Go down, raise hell. We should go to Lincolnville Beach, south of Bangor. And it was okay. More of a mud flat than a beach. It's kind of sandy, but it's mostly muddy and smelly and stinky. That's where we went. I don't think it's a die crack on the side there. I think it's a scratch going across the rim. All right, skip that one. But they got the carnival rides and stuff. But I ain't been there so darn long. Last time I went to Bar Harbor, Jetties is gone. It's been replaced by Jetties Incorporated or some darn thing. No, the franchises are moving in. It has lost its flavor. That's gone. That was a unique spot in the planet, and now it's the same as all the others. Oh, that's where the tourists are. We'll pay you a lot of money and move on in. And turn it into the same as every other place. That's a shame when you lose that sort of character. Sandy beaches, drinking rum every night. There you go. Why am I not doing this now? 1941. One is kind of squished. I'm not saying anything there. Gets my attention. Let's look at that D a little more. They want their Starbucks. Yep, their Whole Foods, McDonald's, Subway, Firehouse, Kentucky Fried Everything. No, that's just crud. Is that a shame? All their work and all I find is crud. Yep. Let's come on back. Which way does it focus? There. That's probably good enough. Up here, Starbucks gets owned by Tim Hortons. There's a Starbucks in this town. Oh, town. No, in town. Whoa, what's going on with this? All right. You see what this is? It's probably a fountain coin. See how the color is so darn mottled? Dark, bright, a little bit of everything going on. Yeah, both sides. Heavy tone. That's probably a... it may have been clean, but it's probably a fountain coin. Yeah, that's what it strikes me as. We put that over here. And you can see the color on that, perhaps. You know, they throw them in the fountain, they make a wish, they haul the pennies out, and they, you know, put it towards a new parking lot or a scholarship program or some darn thing. Yeah, well, that's just, maybe somebody else will do it again. Environmental damage, correct. Tim Hortons, as we call it, is a local franchise. Very good. That's not it. There we go. We're home. 55D. Let's get in there. Let's get in there closer. What do you think, Frank? The top of that D wants attention. I'm going to touch it with the stick, if I can find it, and see if that bit moved. Okay, I'm going to put this in the pics, so we'll get a better look. All right, at the bottom of that D, right at the serif, I seem to have a bit of a bulge. And at the top, and over to what's gone, and over towards 1 o'clock seems to be a bit of a bulge. Well, I'll be able to pick that up a little with a loop. Bottom is a bit fluffy. That's what I think. We'll hold on to that. Let's look at his eyeball over here. Check. Nothing in there. Yeah. We'll put that in the pics. I'll pick them out and figure, you know, I'll go back through them. Do it. If I don't get to them directly, I don't never go back through them. I got sacks of this stuff over here. 55 looks ready. Let's keep on going here. Can see Toronto just across Lake Ontario from the beaches. Up in Lockport? I thought all you had was like oil tankers going through that town. Well, I found an RIDB earlier. Retained interior. You know, it's where the head is. Got a die break in it. I got a bright spot across that date. Looks like it's been, yeah. Somebody took a pencil eraser to that. And you get a bright spot across the date, which this camera will not pick up ever. Thanks, Walmart. No matter. We'll just keep on moving on. Yes, well, a bit north of Lockport. Olcott is great for that, and fishing. Man, nothing so good as fresh fish. Well, my old man used to catch the fish and we'd eat it. That was my job. Well, my job was also to clean it. He couldn't do that part. You know, he's got a fish. He's out there trying to clean the fish. Scrape, scrape. He couldn't do it, poor fella. Then you find out it didn't bother me at all. Just stick your finger in there, just give it a scrape, give it a rinse. Here you go. He looks in the sink. Okay. Nothing on this. 5 people watching. Where's everybody tonight? It's a quiet night. That's a big jam on the end. Ain't see nothing here. Maybe Dyewear. I grew up in Youngstown, Ohio, New York, Pennsylvania. There's like one in every state. That's right. He's on western side. Yeah, he's up. You head towards Rochester, and then you take a right. Unless you're coming from the west, in which case you take a left. It's up there. I got 1,000 islands up there. Something. What's going on here? I can't see nothing. No, nothing. Which is right where the Niagara River meets Lake Ontario and Fort Niagara. Isn't there a power station there now? Got to be mad good spots of metal to detect. Yeah, that sounds like a good spot for it. What's this I saw? Nothing. I'm seeing ghosts. Bolt Castle. There's this island, right? Down in St. Lawrence. Is it the St. Lawrence? One of them rivers up there. They got it. This area is called 1,000 Islands. And there's, like hundreds of islands, at least. Well, this one fella said, baby, I'm going to build you a castle. And he builds her a castle on this one island. The guy's name was Bolt. And it's a beautiful castle. I understand it's fallen into disrepair, but they're either have put it back together or we're planning on, refurbishing the place, making it a tourist hot spot. Kind of a neat spot. I mean, it's a castle. What is it, like 50,000 square feet? I don't know how big it is, but it's a big, I mean, I got 1,000 square feet here. It's big. Well, I guess it took him 20 years to complete it, and she died. What's going on that R up there? And I guess he didn't, when she died, what's the point of finishing it? What have we on that R? Okay, see, beside the T, I got a bit missing. Looks like a darker shadow beside the T, between the T and the R. So I'm going to say that's probably damage. It's kind of circular in shape. I'm going to stick it over here in the pics just to be safe. And pick it out later. Some of the stuff, yeah, I want to give it extra attention, but, I want to get through this sack. But it's a grand place. It's not that big an island. I mean, I got more space here probably than that island. But islands are cool, man. My great uncle had an island. And it was on a lake. The island itself was, it was not a quarter acre. Had space for a cabin, and there was rocks, a little beach, place to hook up the boat, right? But they were big rocks. I mean, you couldn't possibly flood that place out. And man, we had a lot of fun there. You could dig in the right spots. You can get clay up out of that, the bed of that pond. Okay, got a little dye clash below the chin. That's kind of screwed up as all. Oh, that's the end of it. Black Steel's here. How are you, baby? We're just looking at pennies and talking. But geez, you go out there and there's nobody else besides, whoever's there. And if they're coming, you're going to hear them coming. Because the sound over the water carries. There's nothing to muffle the sound. So you hear a boat motor coming, you hear it coming 20 minutes before they get there. Just this little island. It was a log cabin. My uncle had picked it up in the early 60s from a guy who built it and he's going to write or some darn thing. Okay, well, we don't know if he ever wrote anything. At least I don't. And, well, my uncle had an outhouse. He had a bunkhouse. And he added the big room. Oop, there we go. I mean, you could sleep 20 people there, no problem at all. Had a little tiny beach. And baby, you could fit 40 people in that. Well, he got kind of long in the tooth. He passed away not too long ago. He was well into his 90s, but gosh, 20 years ago, perhaps. Yeah, he sold it so we could. Of course, I've long since moved on. He sold it to a couple, and I guess the guy used to be a state legislator. So we can't go visit there no more. But I'm thinking, geez, I should have bought the darn thing, but I was not in a position at the time. Well, these legislators had it for 20 years. That'd be a neat place. The coins would be safe. But I'd want space, more space than that, postage stamp of an island. But there's a couple of other islands up there. I mean, it's Maine. Half the place is water. Just imagine having toilets, heat. Of course, it doesn't matter if you have heat in the winter if you're on an island, because you ain't getting to it or from it unless the ice is really thin. And there's a good month a year you're not moving anywhere. So you better stock up groceries or head to the mainland. Fading fast, he says. You can't sleep? Well, then go through coins. That's what I do. That's my thing. I think when I finally get settled, I'll look at a place up in the Appalachians. There you go. Get away from everybody. I have no neighbors I can see. I go in there over here, and when he's getting some handgun practice, oh, I can hear him. I think he's shooting a 46. I don't know, what is that? He's got a Desert Eagle over there. Boom! I'm safe here. Seems to be a pretty good shot, too. Okay, what's going on the U? We got an awful thick bottom on that U. You see something? Check it out. What do you think? Squished? Yeah, it's looking like it's squished. None of the other letters have any issues. I'm thinking squished. What was the date here? 51D. Now it's got some crud on the D. Okay, bye-bye. Damn. That's what I want. Desert Eagle. Get her done. Stopping power, you don't need them. There'll be nothing left to stop. All you need they should have like a kit, right? You go to the gun shop and they got, the gun. It's a 50 caliber, right? They got the gun, and then they got the bullets, and they should have a display that just sells sponges, so you can clean up the body. Sponges, half price, 2 for 1. Hey man, they got the Desert Eagle sponge deal again. We're gonna get down to Ned's gun shop. Have you ever found an 88 wide AM? If I could find it right now, I'd show it to you. I believe it's an 88D. Let's find it. Wow, I should have smoked that one. Okay, what do you suppose it is? I think it's a gray box. No. Nope. What's that one? Maybe. Maybe. That's the best possibility right now. another possibility. All right, let's find it. Mm-hmm. 44 Henning, 68 DDO, 68 die class. What's this? We don't know what that is. This stuff here has got no labels. Ken, why don't you label nothing? 70S, Clash, here's a proof. I don't know what this is. What is this? What is this? These are all satins. Oh, this was all the satin quarters. Yeah, I got a good price on some satin quarters. I haven't looked at them yet. There you go. I'm going to get through these. I found double dies on pennies, nickels, and dimes on these satins. Mostly on the 2005s. Well, I had to get him into something, so I put him in flips. See how non-shiny those are? They're bright. They're clean. They look so darn clean, these things. Crisp. Okay, let's set that up. Where's the next brown box? I don't know. Yeah, it may be on that tape. This one, that's V&E. This one says V&E. Look, look, right where I put it. Here is a, where are you? No, that's not it. 1988, reverse of 89. That's the one you're looking for. V. Variety and errors. Yeah, that's all my goodies. Some of my goodies. There's more. Yeah, the fields are killer on those. See, the planchets are they're burnished. They're kind of cleaned up beforehand, and the dies are prepared. So it's not a proof. It's a satin. It's the finish as a result of the planchet and the die. Okay, 1988, pretty decent shape. It's got a bit of a okay, but pretty decent shape. Okay, what's important on the 88? When you flip it over and you see that. I'm going to zoom in so we can look at that FG, and you'll see a horizontal bar and a little tail. That's what you're looking for. That's the that is the Wham reverse. Seriously, this is the same reverse design used on the 98, 99, and 2000 wide AMs. Identical, same darn design. They use it for proofs after 88. That's what you need, the flare and the thingy. Also look at the distance between the F and the memorial, and you look at, of course, the Wham, but you're gonna have a space between the A and the M on every 1988 P and D. Check the A in states, see it's even, but that's what it looks like. Better look at him while I'm here. Yeah, and you figure these are probably good for 20 bucks, except that this one has a big gorge right here. Oh well, that's pretty good. That's too big to ignore. Damn it. Yeah, but get yourself these. You can find these. They're kind of nice. But here's my holder. I'll try to put it in the exact same spot I found it. Right here. Close enough. So yes, I have found one. But only the one. I found bunches of Whams. Still no 99. Well, we keep working out. Right now, it's wheats for a couple of months. You can go. Because I got so darn many wheats. This is the same bag I've been hunting for, a week and a half at least already. I figured, let's just do this one bag just on air, so people can get an idea of how much time it really takes to search these things out. Yeah, it takes a long time, but you find stuff. And you're not going to get them if all you're doing is picking out the weeds. So the FG has to be close to the building. Yes, if you go to my blog, you'll find a whole article on this. Let me see. There's this. Let me open that in a new tab. I'm going to open a window here, so bear with me. It's identical to the WHAM of 98, 99, and 2000. Identical. All the same markers, all the same issues. It's the same design. Come on, anytime, buddy. And we'll go over here and look at the screen. This is how long it takes to load a page while streaming. Well, isn't this down and the stream is up? What is going on? Okay, there's a blog, 1 Million Pennies Project. You're going to find one over here. It's called Whams and Cams. And click that one right there. Let's look at the, I'm in yellow, so I'm okay right now. Are you still accepting coins on consignment for your auction? Yes. And for that, hello, nothing is happening. Absolutely nothing. Okay, for consignment information, if this will ever scroll, you'll be able to find that right here in the Jump To section, consignment sales. It's 10%. And you figure, you know, $2.50 minimum. So if your coin's less than 25 bucks, don't worry about it. You're not gonna, it's not a big coin. It's gonna be worth my time. Okay, there you go, 1988. There's a whole section here. That's the firstborn. This is a family of die varieties, right there. It's all the same sort of thing. It's either WHAM or CAM, or if it's not one, it is the other. So if you don't know what the CAM looks like, just, you know, hunt for a WHAM, and if you don't see it, that's a CAM. You know, if you want to know what the close AM on the 92 looks like, well, just look at a 98, and that's going to be close AM. This is the 88 that I had. What the hell is it? There it is. So I call it the WHAM FG because it is the WHAM reverse, but the regular 1988 reverse is also a wide AM. But the distinction that tells the two apart is the FG, the little flares, and you got to have that. And there you go. You can read more about it right there. Let me go back home and keep doing my thing. What if you saw any of that? Home. Nope. Scope. There. Oh, God. Throw it. That's screwed up. MD Melbourne. How are you? Yeah, the FG has to be close to the building. On all those FGs, right, you look at the height of the F. All right, and you look at the distance, and you make a rectangle with the height and the distance. Now on the wide AM or the 1988 FG, it's going to be a rectangle. Height and distance will be a rectangle. On the close AM, height and distance is going to be a square. You can see that. Watch out, Ken, people, tomorrow. The haters will watch this and say you didn't find one. I'm not worried about the haters. I got a few. It's wonderful. Dude, they follow me. They watch my shows. They load up new profiles and give me thumbs downs. Gosh, you go through all that work, and I get more views, more view time, more likes, more interaction, and more money. So hey, the more people I can piss off, the better. There. Yeah, the trolls are your friend. Don't worry about the haters. That ain't nothing. People get upset. Oh, it's got a thumbs down. It's the same as a thumbs up. It counts the same. It's interaction. And dude, the more they do it, the more I make. They're making a fortune for all of us. That's how it works. Been watching for a while, Rivendell. Don't give up teaching. That's right. What's going on up there at that S? Looking at the rest of the coin, I'm going to guess it's smashed. It's crud. We got some mechanical doubling, machine doubling here. Yeah. That's real heavy machine doubling. Goes around. Probably see that on the whole darn thing. Yeah, well, okay, just at the top here. That's machine doubling. Okay. That's one of the hardest things to get your mind around, but once you do, you'll be able to pick it out, you know, right now. And MD can be on any coin. That looks right. That looks right. This looks yucky. And just keep on looking. PLU looks good. And I look at the sides for, you know, chips and cracks and check the wheat lines and see if we got bugs and, you know, those big knobby die chips. I love the profession, Jim, but hate the bureaucracy. What are you involved in there, Rivendell? I'm amazed at your knowledge. You just do this for a long time, and you pick it up. It's not it's not like I suddenly, aha, he read a book or something. No, this is 40 years of doing this, man. Just, you've done it 100 times. It's redundant, right? Redundant is when you do something over and over and over again, but by the time that you're done, you've redone it. That's what my father explained it. It's not so much monotonous because there's always something new to find and see and do. But it's second nature is what it is. You've been doing it for so darn long, you've seen so much, you can pick it right out. And you get there, really. If you're not good yet, go through another, you know, 100,000 pennies. You go to the bank, you give them 25 bucks. It used to be 10 bucks for a box of pennies, but they were smaller boxes. Is that inflation? They were good boxes, though. That looks right. And you go through and you pick out the wheat pennies. At least. Maybe the Canadians or whatever you got nearby. Yeah. Down here we get some Bermuda coins and Bahamas and stuff. You know, pick it up whatever is weird. You know, whatever catches your fancy. You know, put together a set of the shiniest possible. Ooh, this is better than the one I have. I'll keep this and send the other one back. And then you realize, oh, there's a 1988 that I want to find with that flared FG. Okay, so now you're picking out the wheats and 1988s, so you can give them a better look. Maybe you don't have a loop yet. Well, you know, they're $3. Get a few of them. You keep one in your car. Keep one on that table. Keep one on the desk. Keep several here. There's another one. There one up there? Probably. You know, no matter where you go, you can grab one. It's like screwdrivers. They're everywhere, unless you're looking for them. And you're doing enough. Stuff will jump right out at you. Maybe other people won't see it, but you know what to look for. This is a die crack right here. Let's see if we can get a better shot at that. It might be the best we're going to get. Okay, that's a die crack going from the rim to the wheat ear. And might be all you see is some bright lines. Okay, but I'm getting close in. And I've got a bit of a divot, a little spot here, right in front of that toothpick. So I'm thinking, is it a crack or is that something that punched and then dragged? Well, no matter. I'm going to put that in my picks pile and go through it when I feel like it. It's not actually Australian, it's in English. 1806 half penny. Man, that Brett's got some weird pennies. Like a half pennies, quarter pennies, farthings. What's that? Am I spitting on the pennies? Damn it. clean that up. And so you keep on going, right? You get another box. And this time you're saying, oh, there's also a 98, 99, and 2000 that have a wide AM. So now you're picking out your wheats and your 88s and 98, 99, 2000s, right? And then you go after some of the other well-known die varieties. 72. Okay, so you get your 88s, right? You're looking for your whams, and you're checking every 72 that comes across your, comes in front of you. Just found and bought an amazing 1941P Woody, similar to the ones you were showing. Man, some of them woods are freaking phenomenal. I was looking at some 1909s earlier today, and I'm thinking, I better put that on, on watch. Maybe, you never know. Some of them just scrumptious, gorgeous. This is a 1955 poor man's double die. Some people get $100 for these, but they're ripping people off every single time. This is die deterioration. Yeah, the Moody's, seriously, you got a coin that is distinctive. It's just a regular coin, but there ain't no other coin like it. They are unique. Although they might be similar, but they are unique. There, big fat die chip right there, kind of rectangular. Check out the softness of the reverse. That is a well worn out die. We'll look at the front. You can check your grade. Yeah, it's probably, VF, XF, thereabouts. But they ran these dies because they had to, man. They needed billions of coins. This is 1955, right? You got deterioration on the front. Just plain wore out. I'm trying to decide what's going on up by his eye. You can't really tell, right? Just everything's fading together. And on the back, they wore this down to the nub. Just about flat on these. And you get these big fat die chips in there. Okay, I keep that sort of thing. Surprisingly, in great shape. Doubling on the U? No, that's massive die deterioration. Massive die deterioration. That thing's worn down to a nub. Look, there are no lines in the wheat ears. Now, if that coin is in this shape in the front, right, and in the back, if you look at the surface, it's, as glossy as the front. There's nothing that says it's been altered. Dude, there's not a wheat line on here. You can barely find the berries. All right, the stems are just kind of, they're not really as distinct as they should be. And up here in the letters, ain't nothing left to them. Okay, watch this. E. That an E? Really? P-L-U-R. That's right, changing the angle. No, that's MD and die deterioration. That's what that is. If that was a double die, it would not be that distinct. That's another key indicator. If you have a worn die, the mechanical doubling can still be rather crisp. And that's MD on die deterioration. That follows right to about, right around here, you start to see the MD show up. Now that's just, there ain't nothing left of this die. Alrighty, which one was it? Was it that one? It was this one. But we're going to keep that for the die chip because they're groovy. What you got here? What you got? 51. Nothing on the date. Nothing on the eyeball. So you keep on going, right? You're picking out the 72s. You're picking out the, the 88s. Well, don't forget the 92s. So you get the CAM, the close AM. And of course, you're picking out the 99, 98, 2000s. Well, those 2004 and 2005, they have a lot of die varieties on the reverse. Frank has talked about this extensively before. He finds them all the time. So, well, geez, you may as well pick those out if you want to find some small, minor die varieties. And they're good for, 50 cents, $1. And you can probably find 2 to 5 per bag. It's not that they're so common. Really, there are hundreds of different varieties on these years. So getting the same one twice really is a bit of a trick. Okay, so you get a box of pennies, and you're going to pick out the wheats. You're going to separate out the the cams and the whams. Go after that 72 double die. All right. Get some of those easy to find double die reverses. While you're at it, get some of those other double die reverses. 1981, 1983. They got some nice ones. Or you get the doubled ears. 1984, 1997. And with each box, you pick up one more date that you want to check. You know, you want to look at the 1994 for the reverse with the extra columns. Sometimes I hit a nest of those class 8s. Get in there, man. Bring a net. And if you do it all the way, well, really, the best way to do it is two ways. One, you get the box and you sort them out by year. There you go. So you'll have sacks that are all split up by year. And, you know, a bunch of Ziploc bags don't cost nothing. $3. You know, it'll give you all you need. How much? What do you get for $3? You get 80 bags. Okay. Well, now you can go through one date at a time. 1984. What's the big one I'm looking for? I want to see a doubled ear. All right. On my back table, I got a cloth down because these things are grungy. But it also helps me spread these coins out real quick and easy. Right? Well, close enough. I can spread them out and line them up and go through them one after another, just looking for the doubled ear. Okay, good enough. I pull up my loop. And I can go, if I'm just checking for that ear, I can go from one to the next, and just hump a sack of pennies just looking for that ear. One after another. There it is. It gets a lot faster. Ooh, is that one? Is that one? Well, you know, you have all these others to compare it to. Hey, is that one? Let me look at another one. Here it is. No, oh, geez, it's exactly the same. Okay, and you're able to, geez, you got reference material right beside you this way. Isn't that wonderful? Because chances are you don't have 20 doubled ears. But if you have one, well, you can compare it to this right now. See something odd here? You can compare it to that right now. And just keep going through them. Then if you're really stoked, you flip them all over. And that's where the coin spatula comes in handy. You can take them all and just flip them all at once. And then, again, scan the whole thing. And if you want to take it all the way, right, you've done enough of these. You've gone through so many of these pennies. And you know what to look for and where to look. This is a 1984. I'm going to look at the date. I'm looking for a distension on the 8, right? Right down here on this lower right side. I want to see if there's any distension there. I want to look at that 4 and see if that's screwed up. I want to check the lower right of the tie. I want to check that ear for doubled ear. All right. I want to check Liberty because you do have some buy errors still going on, matter of fact, and look up here in Liberty. Okay, so now it's just a sampling. On the back, EPU, you want to look at EPU, especially the dots, right? The bottom of the U shows up real well, the thickness of the U. And actually use the center of the U, the void, as a marker. Look at FG, right? Look at your points on the corners, the A, the R, the S, and one over here, whatever you like, something, you know, corner, be the N. Check out the top of the O. Check out a couple of other letters. You're looking for doubling. And of course, look at the statue. And some dates you want to look at the ceiling. Some dates you want to look at the floor. Several dates you want to check out these columns or inside the bays because you got some extra stuff. And then you don't need to sort. You know, you just pick one penny at a time, look at it, move on if you know what to look for. There you go. And you'll find stuff. That one's been hunted. I put him away. And clean these up. but virtually every year on memorials has something to look for. Some years are kind of quiet, right? The late 70s are kind of quiet. Some years are a little busier, you know, 98, 99, 97, 84, 83, 81. Some of the 60s, different places you want to look depending on the year. If you're in the 60s, right, a lot of times you want to check the top and the bottom of Liberty, for example. And these are tiny things. And that's about it. But, you know, keep an eye out for, big die cracks that go into his head. You'll find a lot of those on let's see, 93s, for example. Right? You're going to find, oh, this is a memorial. If you had a memorial, you'd see the corners of the memorial, especially starting in your 82s and 83s. Are going to have these, you know, little die cracks down at the corners, all four of them. So you keep them on 83, 84, 85. There are so damn many. They'd switched from the copper to the zinc, and it was a bit harder, and they didn't really improve the die production to match because they didn't quite understand the difference stresses. It was a rather sudden change, and then things cracked right up. So you got, I mean, hundreds of them. Here's a die chip in the B in Liberty, and this is a 1958. Let's have a look. We're sharp. There we go. Well, it's sharp. Darn it. Let's look at the eyeball. And you realize all you got to do is a sampling of all these coins. Check the eyeball. I look at the T in the armpits. Right. You can come over here and give this a look. The hook on the G is good. And I always check down here for the buy errors. I got a chip in the B. I'm going to keep that because I'm sick with this. I think I just thought of what my next seminar video is going to be about. Dude, seminar weekend is coming in a month and a week. So it's time to get cranking and get that promoted. Oh, strive to make a better, more pertinent video than last time. All right? So many people who did a video last time gained bunches of subscribers, lots of views. Some people got so darn many views it shook them. Huh? What? Stage fright. Okay. Well, you're gonna get that. Me, look, I'm the only one here. I'm talking to the computer. I walked in a buddy of mine at the store the other day. He says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Nothing. I just stay home and talk to myself." There is nobody here. You can't see that. Ooh, get out the way. There is nobody here I'm talking to. Home. There. Who am I talking to? The cat? Cat done run off. There's nobody here. Just me and the computer. So don't let that bother you. There. That's gonna be close enough, I guess. Okay, good. What's this? Oh, it's a reflection of. Duh. Okay, good. That's out of here. Wow. But geez, if you pull it off, if you do a good presentation, man, they're gonna come back. Right? They'll hit that notification bell. That's the winner. If you can do a good enough show that they hit that notification, and when you go on, if they're on, they see that red bell, they're gonna come watch. At least check you out. That's wrecked. Securing an audience and getting them to come back. Well, you got to give it the work and offer good quality content every time. And they will come and they will watch and they will do their thing while you do your thing. I get people, they tell me, I can't watch, but I listen to it while I work. Okay, great. So if they're going to go to the trouble of listening while they work, I'd love to keep them listening. And to do that, I got to offer them, good information, and plenty of it. Now, a lot of the stuff you hear, right, especially when we're just doing the penny searches, you've heard before, you've seen before, but there's just many people out there who haven't seen it. So redundancy does come in. Remember, repetition, rote. How do you learn cursive? They make you write, 200 pages of the letter A. Okay, we're going to practice cursive now. You know, and you got to go home and write A 200 times. Really? Look, another one. Another one. No, that's, I just took it from the wrong file. I'd already looked at that. I can get some Timmy Hoes, though. They'd be a bit beyond double dies, but they're fascinating. The Type 2 counter clashes. Ooh, 1984, is that right? 81 or 84, they got these counter clashes. That's where you had a clash mark so darn strong that it left its mark back on itself. And you got these letters that are in the wrong place. Kind of neat. Man, you got to have the machine revved up to like 10 when you're doing that. 83 and 85 are the big two. Yeah, those are slick. I think I have one. I don't know. Did I buy one from somebody? Man, I don't know. I really don't know. I swear I've seen one recently. God knows what's on that table behind me. I'm afraid of it. I got a piece of grit here. I can feel it when I move the card. Florida's big sandbar. There you go. It's gone. So you got a piece of grit, right? Piece of sand in your shoe, or you kick it up. It doesn't take much to throw a grain onto the desk. Nothing there. What you got here? Nothing there. Looked at it. Bye-bye. And one grain of sand can really damage your coin, you know, if you're just moving around, scratching it around. Look like a lamb to you? Let's zoom out. I got this spot here on this temple. Ear, temple, forehead, and something below the S. That's a lamination. Pretty minor one. But if you zoom in, you can tell there's a scratch, which would probably have plowed up metal on at least one side, like a furrow. Or does it have these bits that are trying to peel off like a cuticle? See it, yeah, top of the S, below the S, on the forehead, temple, ear. It's usually linear. And maybe a couple of spots here that are pretty darn minor. 1945. Alrighty. We'll keep that one. Anything else? You got some heavy wear marks here. Yep, we'll keep that one. Peace, love, and sunshine. Gotta go. Have a great day. See you later. You take it easy, baby. You stay groovy. Get yourself some pennies. Learn something. This has been cleaned. What do you think? Has this coin been cleaned? You've seen this before. That's done. You saw that in my last two videos. That coin has been cleaned. No, I didn't clean this one. It's a different one. I only clean the expensive coins. 1944. Unremarkable. Poof, you gone too? We're down to 6 people. We're up to 6 people. Nothing going on there. Well, that's a, what's that, 150 maybe? Maybe 100 pennies. Persistence. And just keep on doing it. And no matter what, you're always going to find, there's always going to be one more variety out there that you never heard about. Good God, what is it? Well, if you know what to look for and you can identify the coin parts and, you know, you're used to how wide this part is and what the distance between the, you know, the EPU and the rim is, it's going to make it a whole lot easier. But it takes time to learn all this stuff. You know, you got to be constant. You got to be steady. Just stick with it. I mean, we're not talking you got to do it every single day like some certain freaks do. You just stay steady. You know, maybe it's only a couple hours a week on, you know, Sunday morning, you know, before you get ready for church or whatever you do on Sunday morning. What do you do on Sunday morning? Tell me. That U looks a little thicker than it should be on the bottom, but also a little longer on the top, so I'm suspecting dye deterioration. Some of the most common things you're going to see, damage, dye deterioration, and mechanical doubling. Most common things. 41D, what you got? Color looks okay. I don't see anything else sticking out. Got some crud on it. Alrighty. But it's repetition. It's easy to learn through repetition. And if you just pick up a little bit each time, just a little morsel each time, well, it's not long before you know, geez, I know what to look for in most dates. And you can do that. Then you get ready for work, so I too will be heading out. I'll be in touch, Ken, about some possible coin consignments. That's no problem at all. Tune in Fridays and you'll see how well does it do. I've had a few consignments come through, and they got more than their minimum bid. Let's see, but we could do buy it now, or, you know, you tell me what you're looking for, what you're looking to do. 54. I'm not saying anything that makes me say, ooh. Okay. Skipper. You know, we get on the same page, we work together. There's a piece of paper you got to fill out. It's called the consignment agreement. And you fill it out once and we're good. But I got to have that because I'm selling your stuff. It works. People send something every now and again. It's not a busy consignment show, but eventually, maybe one day it will be. I do pretty good, you know, moving product. See what happens. It's one of those things. Time will tell. But I think that I think a lot of people have faith in me, so that's working for me. But I decide if I can sell that coin. Now, where are you? Nothing here. What? L look right. L looks okay. Bye-bye. I got two more and I'm gonna call it. Hell, it's 5 o'clock in the morning here. I said, I'll just take a nap for 5 minutes. No such thing, man. Why do I fool myself by saying that? It's an hour before work. I'll just lie down for 5 minutes. And he'd call up and say, boss, I'm sorry it's noon. Must have fallen asleep. I do miss work though, because man, I get good sleep then. Okay, I'm gonna go down to the trailer and do some paperwork. You guys keep up the good work. Let me know if you get any troubles. You get out of the trailer, put on some coffee, put your feet up. And you know when they're coming. Break time, they come. And they get this tool trailer. There's an office up at the front. It's where they keep the paperwork. And they come in from the back. Clump, clump, clump. Unmistakable. You'd be right up, grab that pen. I was just finishing my paperwork. There's MSMB. What does MSMB stand for? I keep seeing that. Yeah, we're just looking at pennies and talking. I miss those days. Man, did a turnaround. Where the heck was that one? Polk Power, down in Polk County, south of Bartow. Power plant, kind of a neat one. It's a coal emulsifier plant. They take this, they take the coal, they crush it into a powder, and they turn it into a slurry and pump it into the into the combustion chamber, into the furnace, if you will. And this stuff, it's under inside, it's under pressure, and of course you have the heat because it's been cooking for weeks. And as soon as this stuff is pumped in, and it's a steady stream of coal, this stuff just about explodes. I mean, boom! You got very fine powder. It's got a little bit of moisture in there so we can pump it easily. And this stuff just erupts. You've got this tremendous expansion. So now you've got two forces at play. You've got the heat causing expansion, and you've got this this almost explosive force just blasting it because it's coming so fast. Anyway, they use the expansion to spin turbines, and they use the heat also to spin turbines. So it's a more efficient system. But what a goddamn mess! It's like a big giant upside down shotgun pumping coal powder, wet coal powder in one side, because you get the steam is adding to the thing. And we had to line that with what the hell was it? The green stuff, green bricks. They were chromium bricks, dude. Those are heavy damn things. Pretty colors though. Well, I didn't have to lift them. We had two crews, day crew and a night crew. I had night crew. It's okay, guys, you guys just do your thing. I'm gonna go do some paperwork. Well, the paperwork took 5 minutes. I had to show up an hour early to do the walkthrough. You got to make sure everything's tagged out and turned off and stuff. And what do we have on that T? Some of these, you got to train your eye to look for these little tiny things. On the side of that T, I've got a bit of extra here. Right on the right side of that T. And that is probably a double die. So I'll set that aside. I'm gonna put this actually in a flip and give it more attention. This is a 1942. Yeah, that's during this period, 40, 41, 42. This is a common type of double die to find. It's very minor. It's that bit of extra metal right beside the T. This is why I say check the armpits. That's what I'm talking about right there. Let's look at his eyeball. Give it a lift. So I want to lift it on one side and not much, just to see if the light changes. And if the light changes, oftentimes that's an indicator that there's a difference in the relief. And if there's a difference in the relief, well, there's a good chance maybe it's, extra metal. Let's look at the rest of these letters. In, God, G, O, D, W, E, we, T, Tr. Okay, there. Look at the bottom of that R. On the right leg, on the bottom of the R, we have what looks to be a separation line. And let's see if I can shade anything else here. And I'm gonna look at this with a loop, because inside the hollow of the R on the right side, if I shade that right, I'm thinking I see something. Okay, this is up here that gives me reason to think that, yeah, we got one. And because of that little bit on the T. All right, we'll set that aside. Where's that? Give me a holder. Good enough. Clean it off. Where are my little cards? Where does stuff go in this desk? There. Okay, I've got a piece of paper. Then I need a pen. There. And this setup will last exactly 2 minutes. 1942. Okay, here's how I label it. Real simple. 1942. DDR, question mark, trust, and I got an arrow pointing at the armpit. This makes sense to me, but there's still no excuse for this handwriting. Okay, so I'll set that one aside. There you go. And where the heck is... I'm not fitting anything else in this box. Where's the other box I was using? I need another box. There it is. That's my next box. So if it really stands out, I'm not just going to pick it out. I'm going to set it up and store it properly and stuff. There. But a lot of the stuff is the picks. You can't see anything. Home. This is my picks. This is where I put up. If it's a pick, I'll put it right here. Oh, here's one. No. There you go. This is the stuff that I picked out, you know, all day, all evening. Die chips, mostly. Things that need another look. And I put one into a flip so far. Okay, home. Oh, I can put this right here. Hey, look, I gotta use the bathroom. It's all that damn coffee. Lincoln, you getting up or going to bed? I'm on break. I'll be back. You play some smooth, easy listening music. I'll get some coffee while I'm up. There. Okay, let's see. I just woke up, he says. I'll get you some coffee. We're just talking. You know, there's a few people. What did I miss? I'm going through coins, and if I find something, I set it over here, and, you know, I pick it. Yeah. We're just looking at pennies and talking. Let's see. We can find a couple of buys, a couple of woodies, some die chips. I had one that wants hardcore looking, so I set that aside as a 42 with what looked like extra metal under the T, which is not what this one shows. That looks a bit grainy. I wouldn't call it woody. Just grainy. Yeah, that's a twiggy. Not quite a woody, a twiggy. Yeah, we got green crap over here. We're looking and talking. You know, the usual thing. Talking about repetition. And a good way to learn is repetition and picking up just one little tidbit at a time. 1949 looks okay. One thing I look for on these late 40s, I want to see the bottom of the 9. See if it's wider than it should be. I mean, some of these look like a big fat leg. I shouldn't say that. It really upsets the people that have big fat legs. They take offense to that for some reason. Nothing going on. Yep. But somebody found a really nice wheat penny lately in one of the bags they got from me, and I can't put them down now. Okay, we got laminations across this one. How's the color? Color's fairly normal. Okay, watch these. You see these parallel lines? They're going to jump out at you. I mean, you'll see these a lot. You'll see these. You get these Kind of like scrapes across this thing, and they're parallel. See if I can alter that. Okay, we'll just go in and have a look. I have a big fat ankle. How did you do that to your ankle? Were you attacked by a small dog? There we go. Yeah, those are little lamination peels. Pretty minor. Not feeling better. Well, get yourself some of those pills. Remember, heat and cold. Put it in heat, put it in cold. If it's actually got a bone sticking out, address that. That's not something you can probably fix on your own. Stepped? All right. Yeah, I've been there, man. Ice and snow up north? Sure. Just one time I picked up a concrete block and I was on my back for 2 weeks. There it is. Okay, we're going to keep that one out. I'll put that over here in the picks. 44, normal looking 9, normal looking eye, nothing in trust, nothing in liberty. It comes and goes. Well, when it goes, get yourself to the bank and get a couple of bucks a penny. The doctor said it's broken, but what does he know? What does he know? Doctors are quacks. Yeah, last time I went to the doctor, I called him a quack and I called the nurse a prickly bitch. So they send down security. Now, mind you, I had like a bottle of wine, which is why my stomach was bleeding. And this guy comes in, he's going to give me a warning. Going to give me a stern warning. He comes in, what's the situation? So what are you, the security guard? I'm here to keep the peace. This guy's like 85 years old. So I gave him a piece of my mind. Now I don't do well in doctors and hospitals. Too many sick people. Yep. They should have thrown me out. I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole of a patient. We have Dr. Duck Quackley. Dr. Duck. It looks like a gouge or something over there. All right, C, the C. Let's follow that down. Let's look for more like what we see on that C. See the C? I don't see any more except on that C. But if I look at the C, okay, and I thought it was a lamination looking thing, but I didn't see anything else around it. And if I zoom in, that looks almost square, almost rectangular at the top. So I'm thinking something hit that. Me neither. So why you? Well, if it's broken, even a quack can set a broken bone. He just won't do it very well, or with proper manners, or give a damn. But he can fix the broken bone, or at least set it so it will heal properly. Even though he'll do it in a quackly manner, and probably I don't think you could do it as well. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Trust the quack. Go see the doctor. Really, all they really do is make you comfortable while the body heals itself. Kind of guide things so they heal in the right direction. And then they charge you so much that pretty much they take your house. All right. That'll be $16,000, please. It's okay. I've got this coin. Will you trade for this coin? What's going on here? There's some kind of sparkly residue on this. It's like sugar or something. I think it's sugar. Ant's here. Good morning. Z should be by any time now. That's crap. There you go. Besides, I'm not yelling. Why you're yelling at me? I'll get it fixed. You know, go to a mechanic. Maybe he can help you. And mechanics are pretty handy. They got, you know, come along, rope. They just lasso on there, hook it with a chain, put on a winch, straighten it right out. They're a whole lot more reasonable than a doctor. Or go to the vet. You know, same thing, really. Just you don't have as much fur and not as many fleas. We hope. I can't afford a doctor. Can you help me? Yep, x-ray. Yep, it's broken. Jesus. Yep, wrap it. Yep, go to another doctor when swelling goes down. Here's a bill. Come back and see me tomorrow. Here's the bill. And it's got 4 digits. You've been there for 20 minutes. He put on a Band-Aid and it's $3,000. Well, that's a light-ish woody. 1941's big for wood. I don't think it's bold enough to bother us. It's got some issues. Let's look at the back. Sounds right. Well, half their money goes to taxes. The other half goes to lawyers. And the rest they apply to the debt. It's a crime. Healthcare is just, don't even bother. You could save so much money, just, you know, let yourself go. It's what they did before doctors. Some guy said, hey, I can make a lot of money if I tell these people I can make them feel better. No, we all gonna die, baby. Now, that T looks awfully wide. We got 1953D. We got something in the head that needs attention, which looks to be an interior die crack. Maybe. That T looks awfully thick. That one. All right, we'll stick that in the pics. Most of your coins won't need to be put in the pick pile. You can tell pretty quickly it's nothing. But there's always that one that, what's going on here? Well, you have a baby. How much does it cost to have a baby now? Oh, not an RID bead, just an interior crack. What did not come back onto itself. Just a crack in the head. Doctor bills, they're awful. What's the sense of going to the doctor when you're, you know, broke for the next 20 years? 42, worn die, top of the 2. Big gash in his head. You can't afford that. I mean, they got to take your pancreas out. What's that cost? $35,000 for a new one? You know, they got that from a dead guy. They ain't gonna pay him a dime. You get these. Oh, my father spent the last week of his life in the hospital. $2 million. What the insurance company paid for that. $2 million. That's what the bill was. Hey, it's paid for. May as well take that insurance company. Why are insurance rates so bad? Because they can get away with it. $2 million. I delivered my last son, and hospital still charged for delivery. Did you pay for delivery? Did you perform a delivery? Oh no, we just billed for it. What? That's kind of like what I do for a job. Did you actually do the work? Oh no, I just say it. Somebody else does it. Here's the bill. Huh. You delivered the kid. and they charged. Maybe you should give them a subcontractor fee because you did delivery. What's going on here? Here's one. All right, missing metal. This is a depression on the coin. That bit beside the E and above the T. Let's look around. Let's look around. I don't see anything here odd or peculiar. Looks like pretty normal wear, pretty normal contact. And I get this depression. It's limited to that space. It's not contiguous, right? I've got these little circles which are not related. Oh, there's one here, and it's not connected to this big piece. All right? I got this piece which looks like it's okay. Here's a little bit over here. This is not connected to this section, but they're clear. There's a couple of dots right in there. Now a struck through pretty much should be one piece, right? It'd be really rare to have more than one piece. Here I've got a couple of sections that are different, so I'm going to go with the idea that that's some kind of contaminant or damage that did that. That's what I'm going to. We had a 3-year fight and I won. Yeah, did they pay the attorney fees now? Lincoln yelled at me too. What the frack? Lincoln's a yeller. What do you want? He's fairly aggressive. Man. Insurance is another crime. Tree falls on the house. I call the insurance company. Hey, tree fell on my house. Well, it takes a couple of months before they come up with an amount, and it's not gonna. This isn't gonna do. The house is wrecked. The house is racked. Right? House is a loss. And they say, okay, we can give you $5,200 and something because this tree, which is darn near 3 feet across, fell in your house, frigged it up. Okay, so I go see the attorney. This guy's a dipshit. He wants $2,500 for a retainer to get the case started. Oh sure, here's your money. Okay, 5 years later, 5 years go by. I win the case, kinda. The new amount is $8,500. Well, I had 52 and change. I give the attorney 25, so that's 7,700. If you add that together, I got 85. So the gain was $800 for 5 years, and it's still, this doesn't come close to even touching the house. But it's arbitration. I can't file a grievance or, appeal that. That's over, finished, and done with. Okay, so I got a frigged up house. It's going to be $30,000 minimum. If I do all the work, and I'm not going to do all the work, and that's just to do the roof. Interior structures, well, the hell with it. House is wrecked. Whoa, that's a little too low. Now, how much of that money did I get? Because I'm out a house and $2,500, and I got, a settlement for $85. Pitiful. I didn't get a dime of it because the guy who held a mortgage on the house got that check. I didn't get a dime of it. House is wrecked. I'm out cash. And this guy's getting paid. Attorney got paid. Insurance company got their premium, so they got paid. Arbiter, he got paid. Right? Structural engineer, he got paid. And I got nothing. That's how that works. That's a goddamn crime. Insurance need to pay. They need to pay big, right? Here's your settlement plus $50,000 because we're crooks. That's what it should be. And when I'm president, that's the way it's going to be. You know, you're going to insure somebody and they take a loss, you're going to cover that loss. None of this get the attorneys going in. No. When I go postal, every one of them sons of bitches, I want them to be in front of my primary target. You stand right in front of this guy. That's where I want him. Now I have a bill and no penis. I have no pennies to search. That's terrible. I'm going to take a moment, drink some coffee here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Let's smoke for a minute here. Okay. Oh, damn that autocorrect. All right, back to it. No matter. There's a shiny one here, I swear. What's this in the bag? It's a 1945, fairly shiny, red-brown AU with nothing standing out that causes me to give it more attention. They got mail order pennies. You know, you could just call somebody up and says, hey, send me some pennies. This is good enough that I think I might hold on to it. Yeah, that'll go good in a folder. There. I don't see anything wrong with it. You know, get some BU rolls. Take that, you know, step up to the next level. Really tear it up. There. What was this? What was this? 58. Nothing there. What's on his vest? A big scratch. All right. Don't bother with that anymore. Busted my eardrums the other night. I yell at everyone now. I know it. He done flipped his lid. He done lost his mind. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? 52D. Do you see something inside the D? I think I see a scratch on that D. Where'd it go? Yeah, see, right in the middle of the, well, what would normally be horizontal, I have a crease. And that seems to extend into the D. Okay, nothing to see here. What's beside the 5? Nothing. Doo-doo. Yeah, get a box of pennies. Get a box of wheats. Get a ton of wheats. That's peculiar. That looked like a split. Yeah. That's just a metal rolled up at the edge. That's awfully worn. What is that? That's fine, maybe, on a good day. Once your coins get down to about fine, just you're not going to see much unless they're really bold. Skip it. 9 people watching. Man, the place is snowballing with folks. Yeah, we all talking coins. What are you going to get for coins today? Where do you get your coins? You go to the bank, you go to the store, you go to the savings and loan, you go to the circus. Where do you get them? Ooh, I get them apparently at the town dump. Now, you waking up. We'll talk quietly. Everybody whisper. Oh my God, where's coffee machine? Well, mine's in there, cranking it out. Right. I try to keep 2 coffee machines, so while one is, being drinked, while one is being serviced, the other one's making more. So I actually have 2 cups going on. One is some sort of strawberry Kool-Aid that is vile, and the other is coffee so strong it'll fill you with rage. I'm just starting, so I'm still getting through all of my saved pennies. There you go. When you start going to the bank, you get your pennies at one bank, right? And you look through them, and then you drop them off at a different bank. Now, this is important because if you pick up pennies at one bank, and then you take them back to the same bank and say, can I get another $50 in pennies? They give you the same ones back. Or worse yet, they recognize you and say, no, man, you're just taking pennies, you're looking through them, you're bringing them back. It's costing us money and NFW. So if you got, 2 banks in your town, or if you have one bank and you got two branches, that's the way to do it. I pick up I use one bank that has 2 locations, and I had another bank, but I killed that because I just wasn't getting over there enough. And they had 2 locations, so I was picking up at picking up at 3 and dropping off at 1. But I'm thinking I might pick up another account at a different bank, and they've got 2 spots. So you can pick up at multiple banks, and always use one for your drop. And it's easy. Which one do you drop them at? When they say, sorry, we can't give you those rolls. No problem, baby. I'll give you some. Here you go. And screw them. I bank at my convenience, not theirs. They want my business, they give me service. JC's here. Oh my gosh, I hate diabetes. I got a cousin with diabetes. Dude, you gotta have, there's always candy somewhere. And it's do not touch candy. It's in case you need it, you shove that in his throat, you shove that in his mouth, hold it shut, and call the ambulance. You get them glucose squeezers, It's like a tube of goo. No, seriously, that's what it is. It's glucose. You shove that in his face, squeeze it, and then call the ambulance. Yeah, he takes shots, I don't know, 3 times a day probably. Insulin. There's my buddy Trav down south of here a ways. His feet are rotting away. Man, guy's 40 years old, 45. He gains weight continually because of the way it affects him. He's getting bigger and bigger. He probably won't make it to 60, the poor fella. If he does, it'll be a miracle. Hell, it's a miracle he made it this far. That D looks kind of funny. Yeah. That look like a fat D to you? That looks a very, very fat D. Now don't say that because it upsets the people with fat Ds. Up at the top, about 1 o'clock on the D, I seem to have a notch sticking out. 52. Yeah, you got a bunch of funny little things going on in some of those. You get the flying D. You got the San Jose D. I feel like a gumdrop that melts all night and my sugar is way high in the morning. Take your insulin, pump it into your cells, gain weight, and work like a Dickens to keep it off. Try organic food. It can't hurt. Did you know they pay more for sugarless coins? I got some that are not sugarless. They've got all the sugar and twice the caffeine. They're the best looking right there. I mean, if you're gonna lick some coins, go with the sugar. Really, they're gonna taste better, last longer, full flavor, and man, they'll get you up in the morning. I like to take some of these and just drop them in my coffee. Mr. Gumdrop. What do you got here? 51D. Has a splash of luster around it. Everything looks right. Let's look at that eyeball. Good shape on this one. I might set that one aside. And put in a folder. Yeah, that one looks better than, that's better than your average wheat penny. That's not too bad. Full lines, that's probably AU. Let's look at it. Yeah, that's every bit of AU. All right, 1951D. We'll keep that one out. Set that aside. 55, squished. Squished. Yeah, roller marks all the way around. In the early days, in the 1800s, I used to put silver coins in milk to make it last longer and be more antiseptic. I can see that silver has antibacterial properties. Copper does as well, which is why they use it on the sides of ships, but it's not as strong as silver. Yeah, that's why you put the kid was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Antibacterial properties help. You feed the baby with a silver spoon, they don't get as sick. True story. Then, of course, you're going to be a little higher than up the social tier to be able to afford silver or a spoon. Nothing. We'll get a few small ones. All right, I'm going to try to smoke again. I've been smoking the same cigarette half the night. We're 2 hours in, 10 people watching. Every time I look, there's somebody else here. "5:30 in the morning on the East Coast. God knows what time it is out west. Z didn't stop in. He must have gone in early or woke up late. I don't know which. Okay, we've got a big fat die chip over here on the left side. This is a 51D, and you have bugs in the wheat. See how smooth and clear those lines are? No, looks like a wheat should. Over here, I got a blob right up here against the edge. Isn't that a wheat berry? No, you should have it. You should have two clear lines on the edge. That's a die chip. Oh, up at 4 a.m. Oh, I've been up for a few hours. I took a nap earlier. Needed more. But I got up to pee because of all the coffee that I drink incessantly. I don't sleep 8 hours in a row anymore. I sleep for 4 hours. I get up for a while. Sleep for a couple hours. Get up for a while. You know, check stuff on tracking and say, where the hell's my shit? Why ain't my shit here yet? Dude, this shit ought to be here last week. I mail it out to people. They get it in 2 days. It takes like a week and a half to get here. Where's my shit? I'm freaking nuts over here for this. Mailman shows up. He's wondering why I'm all pissed off, throwing rocks at him. He says to me, dude, why you all pissed off and throwing rocks at me? Because you ain't got my shit. It's not my fault. I said, are you the mailman? Because sure the hell ain't my fault. I hit him with another rock. They don't care about my needs, my feelings. They don't. You out of here, MSMB? 2:30. Yeah, that's West Coast time. Yeah, I made it through 2:30. You will too. I live in a perpetual unconsciousness with my eyes open. Doesn't it? What happened to our youth? You know, you could sleep in on Saturday till noon, right? Jeez, just sleep half the day away. No problem. Bladder control? Not a problem, dude. You can sleep for 12, 14, 16 hours. No problem at all. Man. Are you smoking Moors? S'mores. My mom used to smoke those because they would go out if she put it down. Some nasty cigars. They don't put the same things that they do in the cigarettes. Yeah, filtered cigars. They're nasty. Yep, you take a dog turd, stick it in a leather boot, get it wet, leave it under the porch for 6 months. It would taste better than these things. They're no good. What you got here? Okay, a little bit of rim racking is all. Yep. Okay, it's in better shape. 40. Okay, so much for the crud on there. But it could be in better shape. Okay, to heck with this. Nothing. I'm going to look at the back. What you got? Damage. Nope. What's this? 53. Date looks right. What's this bit on his face? It's a cruddy coin. What's that bit on his face? Could be anything. It could be a struck through, it could be just damage. Once they get circulated, no way to tell. But there's nothing raised around the edges which would say damage. I wonder if Silly Putty will take the color off with coins like it did with the old color comics. Let's make some Silly Putty. It'll be fun. That's fun. Does the Silly Putty interact with the copper? Well, stick a penny in the Silly Putty. Hey, a dropped letter. Do you see an extra L? Look, somebody put a D. It's got an extra mint mark up there. That's a D right in there. Do you see a D? Is that a D? Let's try this. Nope, it's not rubbing off. It's not pushing it. Oh, it's weird. What do we got going on here? Got a few bumps, scrapes, nicks and stuff, and I got, okay, first off, I don't think it's really a D. I think if I rub that, it'll go away. But this is neat. Ah. Uh-huh. See the scrape in his head? There it is, you can see that one. Okay, to the right of this L, this looks like a screwdriver has impacted it. Because to the right of the L is a hollow spot where it was scraped out of. It's a gouge that's plowed up. That's what that is. So that's nothing. Most of the stuff you find that's really weird is going to be, let's see, damage, dye deterioration, and perhaps mechanical doubling. That's going to be the biggest explanation for most things people see, with damage far and away being the, the most common explanation. So I tell people, always, make the assumption that it's damage first, and then prove your case. Is it damage or something else? Well, prove it's not damage. Explain to me what would make it not damage. Why can it not be damage? This is just filthy. Okay, that knob right there, that little ding, is that damage or is it something else? How about that? Is that damage? Absolutely, absolutely it's damage. Well, a lot of people that knew, they don't know what damage looks like. As soon as you get one of these in somebody's hands for the first time, everything is a die variety, everything is an error, and everything, dude, every third coin is doubled. I found another double die. Wow, I'm doing great. Okay, well, stick with it. Really, if you don't know what it is, set it aside for a while. Some people, they find something odd, and they got to show the world right now. Look what I found. It's a new discovery. What is it? They don't know what it is, but they know it's a new discovery and important. Okay, well, rather than embarrass yourself, just set it aside for a while, right? Here, look. I find stuff. This is the stuff we found, right? I call it my pick pile. I just pick them out. There's a cup around here somewhere. I'll fill the cup, and when the cup's full, I'll fill a Ziploc bag and add it to the others. All right? And back to the scope. Because you find it, you may not know what it is. Well, it's probably because you're inexperienced. But that experience will come. So for now, if it looks weird, odd, funny, strange, if it makes you go, set it aside and get back to it. Now, in the meantime, while you're waiting, you get back to it and give it another look. I just put that in the wrong pile. Well, no problem. I'll dig it out next time. While you're waiting to give it another look, you're still looking at more coins, and you'll learn what is MD. You'll learn what is die deterioration. You'll learn to easily identify, damage, or is it covered with crud? Yeah, there we go. Get that out of here. And then, in 6 months, go back to it. And you're going to find a lot of those things you picked out, you can't figure out what the heck you picked out, why you picked it out. Or you say, this is, all I see on this one is damage. Okay, then cast it aside. But you might have those few that you pick it out, and then you go back through it, and you say, hey, look, this is still kind of a neat one. What's going on here? What's the date on that? 1950D. All right, kind of flat on one side. The crud on it. Heavily worn. But I mean heavily worn. All right, see the little tiny little dots, the little pits? It's corrosion has eaten that away. Let's see if we can get in there and have another look. All these little dots. Well, hard to see. That's just rotted away. This is probably in contact with moisture for a long time. It doesn't have to be, too long. A few months, right? In a basement somewhere, under a towel. Okay, so you get those picks. They're neat, they're anomalous, they're different. Do you think there's something wrong with it? Well, if you need to, stick it in a holder and label it. Looks weird, add a question mark. And get back to it, in 6 months when you've got a lot more experience. And you're going to, seriously, 6 months. You go through an extra 10,000, 20,000 coins. You're going to have a different view of what the heck you're looking for. Oh, I know what that is. That's mechanical doubling. Again. And you're sitting, you're holding 30 coins in your hand. It's all MD. And you kind of identify it now. And you're thinking, I've come so far. And you will have. I mean, if you got into it really hardcore, you could figure out these die varieties. Get a good grip on what they are, how to pick them out, how to identify them, what to look for in different dates. In a year, or 6 months perhaps, if you're really, really gung ho. And then you'd be hooked. Okay, thanks. I will. Okay. I grade that one very B. VB. Oh, then you get the people. What happened to my coin? It's clearly it's damaged. It's got a footprint on it or something. And they want to know what happened. How the hell do I know what happened? You know more about it than I do. You don't know. What could have happened? A dog could have eaten it and pooped it out. Anything could have. There's a trillion coins out there, and a trillion different things could go wrong to each coin, and still there's ways to screw up a coin that have not yet been discovered. Seriously, when I was a kid, I knew I could come up with a different way to screw up a coin every 5 minutes. That's a big die chip over there. That's probably close to a die break. A die chip is less than 4 square millimeters. And I don't know where my measuring thing is. But, okay, you take the number 1, that's a millimeter. So 1 high, 4 wide, that'd be 4 square millimeters. Okay, so this probably is still just a die chip. We'll keep it. A trillion different ways. You can take the same coin that's been screwed up, and you can further screw it up. Not only was it run over by a car and burned, dipped in acid, somebody took a drill press to it, sorp, puts a hole right through. You keep on screwing these things up. Then it was bent. Then it was straightened back out. Then stuck in a vise. Then somebody cleaned it with ketchup. That poor coin never had a chance. Is there no justice? Yep, this is that same bag of 1,000. Now I pulled out 100 for Robert. I figured, I may as well let him work for those. Now, I haven't told him yet that they're not searched or not inspected. Maybe I'll get a kick out of it. You mean I got to go through all these weights? Yeah, that won't take long. It's faster doing it by hand, but it's more fun doing it, and talking about it while you go. Because somebody's going to learn something. Besides, I can't see a damn thing through that unless I get, way down here. Hurts my back to look at these things. 44D. 9 looks normal. Eyeball looks normal. Trust looks normal. That's a damage. Liberty looks damaged. Move on. 52D. See anything funny? Look at the front of the D. On 52D, you look at the front of the D. You're looking for little hooks, right? If my head was the D, you're looking for this. It's a little hook sticking out. I gotta go get some breakfast. And bring it. You have a phone, right? So really, just take the phone with you while you enjoy that breakfast. And then you don't have to say, I gotta go. Right? We know how you operate, man. Okay, let's look at that D real close. That means you can stay and watch this show all day long. I'm going to keep this one, guys. I got a funny little thing sticking out at the top of that D at 1 o'clock. I learn something new every time I watch you search pennies. Okay, let's get in that D. Let's get in on that D. We got a couple of these. And it's not just the 52, but the 52 has several. Okay, let's get in here and see if we can make that show up. Looking at the top of the D. I suppose we're going to be looking at the left of the D too. Let me try bending it in a different direction here and changing the focus and work it. Now we got some crud, it looks like. See the inside the 5, top of the 5, inside the 2, both sides of the D. We got some crud. Okay, so I'm going to pull up my handy dandy crud remover and see if we can just press. I mean, I'm not scrubbing it. You can see the coin, and if I'm pressing hard, it's going to leave a trail. There, you can see just a light trail there. Okay, but I want to be able to see if that's something. But to do that, I need to remove some of this crud. It's gummy. It actually sticks to the toothpick. You can feel it. Here, let me turn that toothpick over. You can't see a darn thing. All right. But I got a funny suspicion about this one. This one says, give me more attention. And when the coin says that to you, give it more attention. I don't see a darn thing. Okay, let's have some fun. Where the hell did it go? Lost it. Okay, I need a card. What's this? Perfect. I'll use 3 layers. There's 3 layers. Get that out of here. Move it up just a bit. And let's see if we can see it. Alright, I got some crud on there, and it's kind of soft. So here, I've got just a touch of acetone. I got a Q-tip with some acetone. I'm going to touch it, kind of hold it there, let it sit for a bit so it'll soak in. Meantime, that acetone is already evaporating. So if I'm getting something off, anything I'm getting off is just going to be moved around and redeposited. So you're not really cleaning a coin with acetone. You're not really removing stuff. You just kind of think you are. I'll give it a little wiggle. All right, turn it 90 degrees and wiggle it again. I'm trying to get the crud up off the sides. Let's go 90 degrees and give it a wiggle again. Did we do any good? Am I dry? It's probably already dry. Now, if you stick the toothpick back in the acetone, you just transferred whatever was on the toothpick into that bottle of acetone. So you have cross-contaminated it. Can you see it dry up? Okay. If it ain't come off by now, it ain't going to come off. Throw the toothpick or the Q-tip away. Go eat your Wheaties. Got a bowl of Wheaties right here. Okay, now that's all dried up. Did we get anything off that makes a difference? Can we see any change? Not really. For all that trouble, the cost of Q-tip, the cost of the acetone, did we have any gain? There might be a little bit less doo-doo on the coin. But in the end, I don't see anything different. It was probably just a doo-doo that was making it look like a little horn. Where's the bottom of that D? Yeah, on the bottom of the D, we got a horn on the bottom of the D. Let's see if we can see that. Or is it a horn, or is it a little ding? That is a well-placed contact mark. All right. Up around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock is a little tiny little notch sticking out. Let's look at it in the loop. all this trouble to try to identify a coin that might be worth $1 or $2. Man, that's the love of the hobby right there. Here's a loop. All right. I turned that thing around 20 different times. Ain't nothing there. Okay, put that one away. That's enough time spent on that one. I watch what will not be in chat. Well, you can't be in chat when you got the phone in one hand and a spoon for the Wheaties in the other. $58D looks normal. That's normal. That's normal. And that's normal. Keep going. What you got here? 58D. Is this the same one? Nope, nope. Nope. Maybe. Nope. What? See the little funny, this little speck below the eyelid? That's what I was trying to see, but I can't see it in real life. Okay, keep going. Anything here? Nope, 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 nope. Nothing there, nothing there. I found a 56 buy earlier. Big fat one. That's damage. Coffee time. Good stuff. What do we got here? I got a 48 covered with sugar. What do we got on there? This is covered with something. What do you think it is? A sugary drink? Resin, epoxy, shellac, nail polish. Nothing to see here, folks. Too worn to see anything in there. 51. So the trick is, after you go through and hunt for die rise, pick out the very finest example of each date and each mint mark. The very finest you can find. Looks like K-Rose syrup. It may be. When was K-Ro invented? There you go. All right, the next box you go through, again, you pick out the very finest you can find. Now, if you're looking through memorials, you know, common modern sense, every box you can probably, you know, step up your collection by at least, you know, 1 or 2 coins. The first 5 boxes, yeah, you're gonna step up a lot of them, and you're gonna have a whole bunch of coins that are in pretty darn good shape, right? Most of your 80s and afterwards are gonna be brilliant and uncirculated, or so damn close it don't matter. But with each box, you'll be, you know, getting back another year or picking up one of those older years and steadily improving it. You go through, you know, a box a week. You know, if you're just looking for wheats, get that finest one you can find. Go through a box a month, you can still improve your collection. And you do this with all your stuff: pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, halves. And you put together that set of moderns, and they're going to be in great shape. Steadily improving. But the best part is, when you find a 1949 and you want to compare it to a standard 1949, you have it in your collection already. Now this one's neat. You got some flash here, bits of red. So we can clean that up a little. There you go, a little sharper. 1949 Liberty looks good. Near the top and bottom of the L. I looks good. I'm going to save this one out because it's a little bit better. You got some decent grade. You got some decent luster. And not too much on the contacts. A little bit weaker on the die here. 1949, post-World War II, they're kicking up production for sure. But we got solid lines. Ah, there, we got a die crack. Let me try to put that at the 3 o'clock position. There's a little die crack going in. Just goes some rim to the wheat and continues upward. Starts here, goes in and upward, and ends maybe around here. Or does it continue back to the rim? Let's put it in the light. All right. It does not continue back to the rim. That's me seeing stuff. When you start to hallucinate, it's time to take a break. Okay, but it does start at the rim and go through almost to the uppermost wheat. That's a decent little crack. And it's in better shape for 49. Let's see. See if we can see the color on that. Good color, splashes of brightness. Yeah, we'll set that aside. That'll work. Knows how to make banks mad. Go in and ask for the heaviest penny rolls you have. Can I have the heaviest penny rolls you got? You got any 5-pounders? No, they're like this long. Some people measure they weigh their rolls before searching them, especially the silver. What's going on there? There'd be a small discrepancy. If you're off by a gram, they're pretty standard sized. So when you're off by a few grams, you say, "Ooh, what's in that roll?" It's like a washer. Damn it. You got a fender washer again. Man, I got a whole box full of fender washers. Yep, before I move out of state, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a bunch of $50. Order some wrappers. Dude, this one's just a train wreck with the corrosion here. I'm going to get some fender washers. Because, they're 6 cents. Dump out the $50. Wrap up the fender washers. I don't really, I could just order the wrappers and the washers. Dude, we're going to make a fortune. I'll go to New York City and just start dropping them things off at every bank I go to. Do you have an account with us? I sure do, but I left my card at home. Just deposit, exchange it for cash. Can I get $500 for this box of fender washers? Sure. I bet you it'll work at Walmart too. Them people are stupid. Nah, nothing there. Take a scale in and weigh them. Surprise all the tellers about the weights of the cents. Look how heavy this one is. It must be one of them uranium scents. That's busted. Yep, I'm gonna put rolls of fender washers on eBay. Set up a fake account and just sell them rolls of fender washers. Tell them it's a roll of fender washers. This is a 50-cent wrapper filled with fender washers. Spell it right out. But maybe you can find some silver, and dude, they will frickin' leap all over it. That's a die crack. Or you say, this is a roll of fender washers with a Ben Franklin on one side and a Kennedy on the other. They'll be throwing their money at them things. Slab the fender washer. Yeah. Yep, that'll work. PCGS will slab it. You pay them. They will slab your grandmother. Ta-da! BIE on a 51D. There's an earlier BIE. Oh, good. We found something. Anything else? Probably not. There, BIE. Now I got to find out which one is it. Probably 100 of them for that date. I think I have this one already. It looks familiar. I'm going to look at, with my stick, I'm going to look at L. Let me turn that upside down so I can hold it with one finger and push that stick through here. That look like it's raised over here. BIE? No, just plain BIE. Good, we found one. Yeah, go to the bar and the chick says, so what do you do for a living? I sell fender washers. I'm a fender washer salesman. Yeah, I make 47 cents a piece. Sometimes more. Dude, they'll be bidding that shit on eBay. They will bid that up to like $100 a roll. You spell it right out. These are fender washers with a Franklin on one side and a 1999 S question mark on the other. Dude, you make a killing. Be honest. I'm spell it right out. They will still buy it. I'm having a yard sale years back, right? Because I'm freaking broke, out of work, looking for work. But I gotta eat, so I'm having a yard sale. And I got 2 TVs out there. Now I don't watch TV, so it's not a problem for me to hawk a TV. I got 2 of them out there. I got this little black and white. I got a 19-inch color. Color's got a remote control. You know, it's a decent color TV. I got $20 written on it. Hey, take a 19-inch TV, kids for video games and shit. Good deal. You know, I don't need the difference. I got 2 more TVs for Christ's sakes. I don't watch any of them. And I get a little black and white one there that don't work. Lady comes in. She says, "Oh, how much is that TV?" "Oh, it's $20." "Does it work?" "It sure does." "Well, how much is that little black and white one?" "I got $5 on it because I made it a 12-inch black and white TV." She says, "Does it work?" "Let me plug it in." "No, it don't work. You can have it for $1." "Oh, I'll take it. Maybe my husband can fix it." Now here's a 19-inch color with remote control. Works. Proved it. Right? $20. And here's a black and white 9-inch, 12-inch. Doesn't work. Proved it. It's $1. You're gonna take that. So I'm thinking, you must hate your husband and just want him out of your hair for 6 months. Maybe my husband can fix it. All right. Well, they'll buy anything. Fender washers. You could do it. I bet you it'll work. I'm gonna have to do that. I'll pick up some fender washers next time I'm at the hardware store. I need some plumbing parts, I'm sure. Ooh, this is filthy. Is that mold? 1946. Good eyebrow. Decent shape. But it's got this crud on it. Dude, wash your hands. Come on. Pigs. A bartender will ask, "Are you Acme?" And he says, "No, I'm freelance." She took it home and put it. My mother would do that. She'd go to garage sales and yard sales and buy stuff because she thinks it'll sell well at a yard sale. Oh, I got to put that in my yard sale. What are you doing, Ma? You need to take this downstairs. Ain't no room downstairs. Well, you need to do it anyway. There ain't no room for this shit downstairs, Ma. It's full of shit as it is. Jesus, Ma, you got to stop buying shit. And she has a yard sale. You got to haul everything out. Right? She got to touch everything. Mother always had this thing. You go shopping with Mother, and she'd have to touch everything. Now, didn't matter if she's gonna buy it or not. Like she's looking at, she calls them blouses, but really it's just shirts for chicks. Oh, look at these blouses. She's not looking to buy a blouse, but she's got to touch every single blouse in the store. All right. I'll wait right here, Ma. Then she's got to touch all the slacks. Now, slacks, that's pants for chicks. They call them slacks. I mean, she's not shopping for blouses and slacks. You know, I think she went in there to get a handkerchief or something that she didn't need because there's 100 of them downstairs under all that shit that you can't get to it. What was this, a 46? Yeah, get crud on it. All right, Ma, we'll wait for it. Anyway, you drag all that shit upstairs. She touches it. And she waits a few days because she's building up the ambition to decide what to price it at. Well, it's easy, Ma. The sticker from when you bought it from the last yard sale is right there. You know, it says $3. I'll sell that for $1. Are you frigged up? You paid $3. It's your sticker. I'm gonna stop slobbering on the coins here. Now, I went through bankruptcy after my first restaurant endeavor. And I'm living in my mother's basement. Jesus. That was an episode that lasted way too long. That's just nasty. And she comes home, she bought a coat. Look, I bought a new coat. Oh, were you shopping for a new coat? Oh no, but they had them on sale. So you're not looking for a new coat. You don't need a new coat, but you bought a new coat because it's on sale. Oh yes. I saved $40. You saved $40. You get 7 coats in the closet here. You got 4 more under all that shit in the basement. But you bought another one thinking you saved $40. How much did you spend? Oh, it's $50. Well, that's not saving $40, Ma. That's spending $50. She just couldn't understand that. So, Ma, if you bought 1,000 of these coats, could you save enough to pay off your mortgage? I saved $40. What? We never met eye to eye. I did not understand her. You went to the store, you spent $50, right? Oh no, I saved 40. No, you spent 50. Did you give him $50? Well, yes, but I saved 40 doing it. You go to the store, you walk out with a coat and $50 later, and thinking, I saved $40. How the hell does that work? What in the hell sort of math is that? This is why our country's so goddamn screwed up, let me tell you. You didn't save nothing, Ma. You threw $50 away on a coat you're going to wear twice and stick in the basement and pile shit on it. Come on. She took it home, put it in a garage sale for $3. You're damn right, because she saved 40. Yep. Actually, I think I saw her wear that one 4 times. What? Wow, what are you doing? Okay. Well, she makes quilts. That's her thing. That's really her thing. She makes quilts. You know what this is. We got lambs all over that one. And so, payday comes. And she goes to the fabric store. She needs some fabric to make a quilt. We got a die break on the left side there. That's pretty worn out, though. But between the lambs and the dye break, we'll keep that one. Okay, so she goes to the fabric store and spends her whole paycheck on fabric because she's going to make a quilt. Then a guy comes knocking on the door. Now I give her $100 a week because I have a light bulb in the basement, and it's apparently driving the electric bill through the freaking roof, right? One freaking light bulb. And I got a TV, but it doesn't work. It's a fucking black and white 12. It don't work. Cold down there. 50 degrees year round. Not so bad in the summer. All right, what do you got there? See a little hook sticking out the right side of the D? What was I talking about? Refresh me real quick because I lost my train of thought. Let's see. Coat. TV. We're talking about a coat. Talking about a TV. Help me. Somebody help me real quick. I'll get distracted by this awful penny. Live in a basement. Oh, yeah. So she's taken her paycheck. She goes up. She's going to buy some fabric to buy, to make a quilt. Meanwhile, a guy comes banging on the door. Hey, I'm from the light company. I look out. There's a truck that says the light company on it. So you're going to pay this bill. Shows me a clipboard. You're going to pay this bill. Or I'm going to shut off your lights right now. Well, what the fuck? I'm paying the old lady $100 a week. How much is the bill? Oh, it's $200. That's for how many months? Oh, 3. 3 fucking months, you get a $200 goddamn light bill and it ain't paid? Where the fuck's all the money going? I'm giving her here. Oh, she says groceries. No. We'll talk about the groceries later. Now, I work in a restaurant. I freaking eat prime rib every night. Dude, I must have cost him a fortune on the prime rib. Yeah, I can cut a prime rib. Dude, you will never know that I just ate 2 pounds of meat that night. That's gone. All right. I go downstairs. I got $200. I hand the guy $200. Here you go. Lights are on. Mother comes home. They're going to shut up the lights if I don't pay the bill. Yeah, I met the guy. I paid him, Ma. Do I still got to pay you rent? Because you ain't paying the goddamn bills. I had to get fabric to make that quilt. She's got another armful of fabric right now, right? Just dragging it in. We got cabinets, dressers, drawers, bins, tubs, stacks, shelves downstairs full of fabric, right? She goes and she sorts it. So she got the blue, from like light blue to dark blue. And then you got the red, and this is a shelf unit. So you get the red, light red at the top and medium red and red with stripes and then dark red, green, yellow, blue. I'm going to make a quilt. Ma, I've never seen you finish a quilt. I've seen you work on a few quilts. But let's face it, Ma, let's really be honest here. Your hobby is not making quilts. Your hobby is buying fabric. Oh, no, I make quilts. Well, geez, if you're having trouble paying for the quilts, you just buy a coat and then buy a whole ream of fabric. But you say $50 on the heating bill, but making a quilt with $100 worth of fabric. No, she didn't save no money in the heating bill. Didn't matter to her, because guy knocks on the door. Hey, I need to give you some more oil, but you ain't paid the bill. You're going to run out of oil in about 3 days if you don't pay the bill. Well, how much is the bill? That's $200. I look out the truck. It says heating oil company. Oh, for Christ's sakes. She ain't paid that bill either. Why didn't she pay that goddamn bill? I don't know why. You're the heating bill guy company, aren't you? Yeah, but I don't know why they don't pay the bill. All right. I go downstairs, I get some money, give the guy $200. Mother comes home, hauling more quilt fabric. Heating oil guy came by, says he didn't pay the bill. Oh, I didn't have the money. Well, why not? Because I pay you $100 a week, you know, to shiver cold in the dark and go hungry. Well, I had to buy fabric. Oh, for Christ's sakes, Ma. That's a scratch right there. All right. Oh, a month goes by. Now what? Yeah, we're from the water department. Seems you have an outstanding bill. I either got to collect it. Shows me his clipboard. I either got to collect it or I got to shut off your water. Will the sewer still work? Well, you're not supposed to use it. Okay. Well, how much is the bill? $200. Well, for Christ's sakes. Why are you shutting it off? Because the bill ain't been paid in 3 months. What the fuck is going on? Jesus. Well, mother comes home. She got some fabric there. I said, Ma, I see you got some more fabric. Why haven't you paid these bills? Well, you pay the bills. All I could do was buy fabric. Oh. That was a bad situation. I felt really bad about putting that pillow on her head, but it had to be done. What's going on with this E? That's an odd looking E. Amanda's up. What time is it in Tennessee? Kentucky or Tennessee? She's in Kentucky or Tennessee area. That's a funny looking E, I think. She's going to have a bit of a crack or chip on the tail of it. Let's look at these letters. Well, you pay the bills. All I got to do is buy fabric. True story. Morning, cheeks. What do you think? I'm going to set this aside and give this more look. The bottom of the L looks a little bit thicker than it should. The bottom of the U looks a little bit thicker than it should. That R has got a funny right leg, which I think might be damaged because the bottom of the I is kind of frigged up too. But over here, got this weird looking E. Yeah, we'll set that aside. I'll look at it some more later. Look, I'm getting wore out. I hope you got that pillow on sale. Yeah, save $10 on that pillow. You kidding? You buy 100 pillows and pay off this house again. Where's my cup? Here's my cup of picks. I'll take all these and drop them in my cup. And I'll take the ones we looked at and put those in the big show bag. And I'll get rid of these. Oh, look, we're getting there. But I got, you know, more coming. Yeah. And we don't know what this is. So sometimes you get these pennies, I just put them over here I just put them over here somewhere and figure those out. We look at these one at a time. So eventually I'll get through them. Yeah. Was that before or after the helium balloon? The helium balloon. You know, sometimes I may stretch these stories. It's called artistic license. So just listen and enjoy is all you have to do. Look, it's 2:43, 3 hours into it, 6:30 in the damn morning. I can't see anything anymore. It's probably time for a nap. So I'm going to call it good for a while. Look, there's 10 people watching. Every time I look, there's some more people here. Who's going on next? Somebody. Coinin Card says she's going on next, I bet. Why not? It'll be fun. Good night, says Aunt. Good morning for most folks. Unless you're on the West Coast, in which case it's good middle of the night. The helium balloon. Which one was the helium balloon story? That's good. I don't remember the helium balloon story. Coffee's ready. Oh, good. About time. All right. Hey, look, I got these picks. I need something to do with these picks because we got a bunch of them. Give me an idea on how to put this to use in a way that promotes something. That's your challenge for the day. Also, the Coin Weekend seminar is coming up in a month and a week. We need to get together and figure out, you know, let's get a big prize or something figured out, and let's start getting the word out that it's coming up, because we could have done better last time with getting the word out. Yeah, and we also got to, you know, all of you who wish to do a live stream, time to start thinking about that. Get those gears grinding on that. Alrighty. Now we also have coming up that Hanukkah has its biennial elections. I'm going to talk about that, and I'll do that on another video. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Oh, he's in Sanford. Well, that's not too far away. And we'll talk about the Hanukkah elections. And there's some good folks to vote for on that. If you're a Hanukkah member, it'd be fun. Okay. Hit the coffee. I'm going to drink one more cup of coffee and go to bed, I think. I'll be up in a few hours. Don't worry about a thing. Alrighty. You guys take care of yourselves. Just confirm, you prefer the medieval period to the classical, correct? In what way? You mean like for treatment of women? Yeah. Science? No. Politics? There was none in either. How about ironworking? That's about the same, although they did work a lot more bronze, but they got into steel. I had no preferential treatment for either the medieval or classical period. Maybe the early medieval, you know, where it was just guys and clubs running around. That worked. That was a lot of fun. If I could go back, that's where I'd be. Or perhaps the Greek classical period, where they're still doing didactic writing. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm fading fast. Ugh, can't see the screen to hit the stop button. Okay, we'll do it again. You stay groovy. Asking for a friend, he says. It's okay. We'll see you later.